A heartbreaker, a crushing loss. Eagles fall 22-19 on Monday Night Football to the Chargers on the road in overtime. 3 straight losses for the Philadelphia Eagles. And right now, it just feels as though everything that could go wrong is going wrong for the Philadelphia Eagles. Let's recap it here for all of the real ones who are tuned in to our late night postgame reaction. I appreciate all of you. If you're waking up with us on Tuesday morning, you're also a real one. You're watching Philadelphia Eagles now. My name is Chase Sr., and no matter where you are, how you're tuned in, thank you so much for supporting the show. What a wild game. A lot of turnovers, a lot of ebbs and flows. We were riding the seesaw back and forth, and this game really did feature everything. But at the end of the day, what it featured was another loss for the Eagles, and they keep the Dallas Cowboys alive in the NFC East to potentially win this division. And the Eagles are staring down the gun barrel at another 2023 type of choke job. They're playing tight. They're coaching tight. They can feel it. The positive vibes bunny should be punctured and taken down in the locker room because it didn't work. And what continues to be a problem is this Eagles offense. They showed some signs of life tonight. They did some decent things. Nick Sirianni had more involvement in the offensive game plan going into this game, and you saw there were some creative wrinkles, some new play designs, some new concepts. You got the run game going. You had an explosive run for Saquon Barkley. But your quarterback continues to play really, really bad football. And you look at these numbers here, don't let them fool you. Jalen Hurts lost this game for the Eagles, may have had the worst game of his career, and he's a big reason why this team is falling apart and perhaps choking down the stretch. Eagles outgained the Chargers 365-275. Jalen Hurts throws for more yards than Justin Herbert. The Chargers outrushed the Eagles, but Saquon had that 52-yard rushing touchdown. But this Eagles offense continues to just be off. They have no rhythm. They have no flow. They continue to shoot themselves in the foot, whether it be with penalties or turnovers. They continue to be bad on third downs, 4 of 13, and they turn it over 5 times in this football game. And you look at Hurts' numbers here to my right, 21 of 40, 240 yards, 0 touchdowns, 4 picks, and he lost a fumble. He had a quarterback rating of 31.2, only had 8 rushing yards in this game. So, Chip, you can keep it here. And this is really what it comes down to. Why did the Philadelphia Eagles lose a heartbreaker to the Los Angeles Chargers in overtime? Jalen Hurts played poorly. And since the bye week, he has been killing this team on the offensive side of the football. A lot of Jalen Hurts supporters, and I'm one of them, tried to crucify me on Twitter when I was having a conversation with Kurt Warner and saying, Hurts is not playing well. He's not processing well. He's not seeing the field well. And since the bye week, outside of the start of that Cowboys game, Jalen Hurts is playing some of the worst football of his career. We could talk about him being a great leader, how he's cool, calm, and collected, how he's clutch, how he's a Super Bowl MVP. I'm wearing it on this shirt right now. But Jalen Hurts just had his worst game as an Eagle tonight on Monday night. He turned it over 5 times, and you're not going to win that way. And on a 1st and 10 in overtime, when you have the ball at the 17-yard line with the tie in your back pocket, which you could have used tonight because the Cowboys are on your heels, Hurts did what he did all night. Put the ball in harm's way, made a mistake, tried to force a throw, and threw an interception that sealed the game. That is why the Philadelphia Eagles lost this game here tonight, because of their quarterback in Jalen Hurts. And some people will try to point the finger at Kevin Patullo. Some people will try to point the finger at Nick Sirianni, this Eagles offensive line, A.J. Brown, who has the most penalties on the team, dropped a pass, which led to a pick, which led to the game-tying field goal, and him not making plays downfield. Really, everybody is to blame, which is why I think the Eagles are feeling this. Why the Eagles are walking off the field stunned, shaking their heads, because they feel as though everything is going against them right now. Because they know it really is everybody. Jalen Hurts, in a huge game as the franchise quarterback, needed to play well, and he did not play well. In fact, he had the worst game of his career. He touches the ball on every play. He's a quarterback of this team. He's the face of the franchise. I am not saying to bench him for Tanner McKee, but he needs to play better. And yeah, his teammates might be hurting him. Drops might be hurting him. The offensive line being bad all year doesn't help matters. But Jalen Hurts was the one who, on all of his picks, outside of the A.J. Brown tip, made bad decisions with the football. Put the ball up for grabs and in harm's way, and the Chargers took advantage. The first pick, he throws it to a defensive tackle who sagged back in coverage. The second one, tried to force it to AJ. The third one, off the hands of AJ. The fourth one, I hated the decision. Again, it's 1st and 10, ball at the 17. You got gift wrapped a first down on a 4th and 4 because Odafe Owe jumped off sides. You get down inside the red zone. It is first down at the 17-yard line. At the very least, you can play to tie. But on the RPO, the defender doesn't crash towards Saquon. He gets upfield to Jalen. He's in his face. And Hurts, off his back foot, unable to put velocity or oomph behind the ball, tries to fit it in between two defenders, tipped up by Hart, intercepted by Jefferson. Now, upon looking at the replay, I watched it 10 times. He may have thought that Hart was going to drive toward Goddard, toward the sideline, but Hart read the eyes of Hurts. And then once he threw it, he sagged back, tipped it up, and Jefferson made a great play, picked it off right behind him. Is this a bad loss for the Eagles? I don't think it's a bad loss because I do think the Chargers, in a wide open NFL, are a really good team. And this defense is one of the best defensive units in all of football. We talked about this coming in. Jesse Minter, great defensive mind. They have studs at all three levels of the defense. Jesse Minter came up under Jim Harbaugh. Jim Harbaugh also developed Mike Macdonald as a defensive coordinator. Mike Macdonald is now a terrific defensive mind and the head coach for the Seattle Seahawks. So Jesse Minter will be a head coach at some point. But against an elite defense, your quarterback turns it over 5 freaking times. Unacceptable. And now the Eagles, 8-5. In the NFC playoff picture right now, they are in danger territory. Because the Dallas Cowboys are still alive. 4 games left. Raiders, Commanders, Bills, Commanders for Philadelphia. Not an easy slate. And they're 2 games up on the Cowboys in the win column, but they only have 1 fewer loss than Dallas. And Dallas has that tie, where if the Eagles and the Cowboys finish with the same amount of wins, the Cowboys win the division. What seemed impossible when the Cowboys started 3-5-1 is a complete reality. And once the Cowboys lost on Thursday, their playoff chances went down from 39% to 9%. Well, they are still alive and kicking. And the Eagles and their heartbeat is starting to fade. And they are on the verge of another 2023 type of collapse. Let's get to our sponsor. Tonight's Philadelphia Eagles now brought to you by Ridge. I've been using my Ridge wallet over the last few months. It's been a game changer for me. The Ridge Wallet 2.0. You can put up to 12 cards and cash in this. And I'm somebody who hates having too much stuff in my pockets. With the Ridge Wallet, I no longer have that thick, crusty, heavy brick of a leather wallet in my pocket. And Ridge is running a fantastic holiday sale for all of you. Get up to 47% off your order. This is by far the biggest discount they've given all year. Ridge.com/chat. Use the code chat for up to 47% off your order during their biggest sale of the year. After you make your purchase, they will ask you where you heard about them. Please support our show and tell them that we sent you. Made with premium materials like aluminum, titanium, carbon fiber. This holds up to 12 cards plus cash. If you want the carbon fiber look, you can get that. There's also an Eagles-themed one with the Eagles logo on there. Over 50-plus colors and styles to choose from. You can even get a wallet that features every NFL, Major League Baseball, or college team. This is perfect for holiday gifting, especially since Ridge is having that biggest sale of the year. Built for life warranty, so even if your wallet is lost or stolen, Ridge has you covered. Over 100,000 five-star reviews. That is proof that Ridge is a gift that people love to receive. The Ridge 2.0, 10% lighter. Every gram matters. They really found the perfect balance, and they made it more modular with improved cash straps, money clips, and the AirTag attachments. Made with premium materials like aluminum, titanium, and carbon fiber. This thing is awesome. So again, 47% off. Use the code CHAT at ridge.com/chat. That's ridge.com/chat. Now, what can the Eagles hang their hat on? Saquon Barkley had a good game. 20 carries for 122 yards, 6.1 yards per carry and a touchdown. Took it to the crib from 52 yards. Looked really good in this game. And it wasn't just the 52-yarder that Saquon Barkley popped off. A.J. Brown, 6 catches for 100 yards, targeted 13 times. I thought he let the Eagles down on a couple of occasions. The drop which led to the pick. Iffy run blocking on a couple of occasions. There was a beautiful ball that Hurts threw to AJ in the end zone where he put it right on him. AJ couldn't come down with it. Goddard, good game for him. 8 catches for 78. Had a couple of big conversions in this game. DeVonta Smith, 4 for 37. Darius Cooper, 1 for 19. 11.4 yards per completion. As far as some of the offensive concepts go, there was some pre-snap motion. There was some moving the pocket. There were some route concepts that I liked. There were some double-team wham blocks up front. But I just don't envision a scenario in which in the final 4 games, the Eagles offense is going to be able to turn it around. Quarterback not playing well. Offensive coordinator is not good enough. A great coordinator can elevate a quarterback, but that's not happening right now. And I think a huge problem, which is not going away, is the Eagles' offensive line. Jordan Mailata has not been good, and he's penalized a lot. Landon Dickerson hasn't been 100% all year. Got hurt again tonight, calf injury. Came back in the game late. Cam Jurgens has been a shell of himself. Tyler Steen was a college offensive tackle. I think the Eagles need a mauler at right guard. Mekhi Becton's not even playing right now for the Chargers, and Lane Johnson's out. It really is a shame because the 2025 season can be characterized as such. It's wide open. There's not a great team. The Eagles, when they play up to their talent level and up to their capabilities, can beat anybody in this conference. They beat the Rams ahead of them, beat the Packers ahead of them. It's wide open in the NFC and in the AFC. The Eagles' talent if you looked at this team on paper, you'd say, oh, yeah, they can go back-to-back. They can win another Super Bowl. But this offense is just holding this team back, and it's killing them right now. And it's a shame because this defense right now is Super Bowl caliber. This defense is exceptional. This defense was awesome tonight. And they continue to keep this Eagles team in games. They picked off Justin Herbert. Jake Elliott missed another field goal. Could have been the difference in this game. They forced 2 fumbles on Justin Herbert. They sacked him 7 times in the game. Jalix Hunt, 2.5 sacks. Zach Bond, a half sack. Byron Young, a sack and a half. Nakobe Dean, a sack. Jordan Davis, a sack and a half. The DTs came to play with no Jalen Carter. You're able to generate a couple of turnovers. You hit Justin Herbert 11 times. But this offense can't sustain drives. They can't do anything at a consistent level. There's no rhythm or flow to what they're doing. And there's a month to figure it out. That's a long time in the NFL. But the same issues that we've been talking about since week 1 are still persistent with this team. I don't see how those offensive issues are going to get solved. You got the Raiders coming up at the Link next week. They're the worst team in football right now. Can that be the get-right game? Because I know this loss hurts. The Eagles did some decent things tonight. Can they work off of that? Crush the Raiders, beat the Commanders. You do that with the Bills and Commanders coming up. Got to feel good about your chances to win the NFC East. But what the Eagles have done, completely throw away any opportunity that they have to get a 1 seed or a 2 seed. It's just not happening. Frustrating season, frustrating team to watch. And a maddening 2025 season continues. Either way, I got you covered. Hit that subscribe button. Don't forget to give me a follow on X, Instagram, and TikTok at Chase_Senior. And as always, we appreciate you.